My degree is in International Affairs, which is my university's version of political science. And so I got the real life experience of working in government, and not only that, but just what a real life office is like.
My most favorite memory is probably just every day being able to meet different people, different hardworking people. It's very inspiring to come to work and see people and meet people who are where you strive to be, different lawyers, different lobbyists.
From my time in House Appropriations, I learned a lot about teamwork and working as a team because we were such a small group of different types of people working together. There were the interns, there was the administrative assistants, the budget analysts, and all the chairmen in the office as well working together. And so I really brought that new skill that I had really cultivated in that office of teamwork together back to college to work on my final project.
So I'm actually still working in the office that I interned in, the Majority Caucus office. And I think that if I hadn't had that firsthand real-time experience in that office, I wouldn't be prepared to have the job that I have now, which is working in comms for the Majority Caucus and the leadership.
I think it would be really difficult to narrow it down to one specific memory, but I think that my favorite overall thing would be the late nights staying and working with the different senators that were in my office. I was placed with the chairman of higher education, but there were 10 senators in my office. It was really large, and to see them all there at 8 or 9 p.m. working on legislation that fighting for causes that they really believed in was something that was really awesome.
So I first started out in the internship working in House media, which at first I was like, why am I working here? You know, like I don't really know anything about technology, but it ended up being a great place because I filmed all of the committee meetings and got to see a lot of that process in detail across different spheres of government. And so after that, I actually got caught in the middle of the internship and got promoted up into the rules committee. And so I got to go and sit in a leadership office and do your typical answering constituent calls and really getting to have a chairman and sit in on committees for him and do those really cool basic core things that you think of when you think of an internship at the Capitol.
Being in the floor leader's office, I was able to constantly meet with leadership, different judges, Governor Deal, Keisha Lance Bottoms. It was just, I was always able to interact with them, and they were always very interested in what I wanted to do and how I wanted to further my career. And doing all that and being in the floor leader's office, that allowed me to, in the end, secure my full-time position working at the Capitol.
Getting to know all the different members of the office, I kept up with them and really came back to see them multiple times, especially when I moved on to a different job in the summer in the Lieutenant Governor's office. I still kept up with appropriations. And from there, I ended up getting multiple recommendations from law school and keeping up with people. So that's where I'll be next year is law school, and I'm definitely coming back to keep up with everyone from there.
During my internship, I was able to work with the whip a lot. Track bills, write summaries, and also interact with, seeing the governmental process work, the legislative process work. And I don't think that if I just tried to apply for a job at the Capitol, never having worked here, that I would have been able to step in and hit the ground running as soon as I did once I got my full-time job.
One thing that was really interesting for me was that everyone around me was either a political science major, or they were when they were in college, or they were going to law school. And I am a literature, media, and communications major. So my idea coming into this internship was to get to meet different people and see how they used their position here at the Capitol to further the things that they want to do. So I want to work in nonprofit. So learning how people present issues to legislators to get things passed along was really something that my goodness, it's just invaluable to me. It's so wonderful to have that just foreknowledge of what they want, what the facts are that they need, the statistics, how they're gonna be writing up this legislation, what the issues are that it's gonna have to face as it goes through the whole process, which is really a wonderful thing to get to see firsthand.
I really had an amazing, well-rounded experience, and then a little while later, a couple months down the road, I got offered a job to come back for another session in the clerk's office. And so I just jumped on it. I loved what I saw the first time, and so the opportunity to be back in was great. So I worked in a completely different department for the official record keepers of the House, and just got to sit on the floor actually while they were having session, which was an amazing experience. And I also got to see behind the process with how you file a bill and how almost the bureaucracy of government works. So the internship not only shows you a whole bunch of different sides of where government work can lead you, but it also leads to future opportunities for you to work there.